Hello everyone, in this video we are just going to get in detail about the history of Modbus protocol. Let's get started. So getting to know the history of this Modbus protocol allows you to understand why this Modbus protocol is available in most of the devices today, and also why we are preferring this Modbus protocol over other several protocols available in the industrial automation. So in the earlier years, the only system available in the process automation industry for controlling a whole plant is this distributed control systems, which is also termed as DCS. So in this distributed control system, we had a DCS control room located inside a whole plant, and this DCS control room will be holding microprocessors and microcontrollers and all the other sensors, input output devices and actuator installed inside the plant will be hardwired from the place where they are installed to the DCS control room. So they are controlled from a single place called DCS control room. The major drawback of this distributed control systems method is that they were quite expensive for installation. They costed more on cabling cost, since all the actuator sensors needs to be wired from the place where they are installed to the DCS control room, and finally they required very high maintenance cost, which also added on to the cost of the DCS system. So for overcoming the drawbacks of this distributed control systems in process automation industry, the company named Modicon came up with a very brilliant idea called programmable logic controllers. They just built these PLCs, which is a very less expensive device which consists of very powerful microprocessor for processing the data inside the process industry. So they just introduced a system with several PLCs installed inside several locations inside a process plant. Each of the PLCs were doing separate individual process. All the other sensors, actuators, IO devices were connected to the nearby remote PLCs instead of hardwiring them from the place where they are installed to the DCS control room. So this also reduced the cabling cost of the project, and also the PLCs were much low expensive than whole DCS control system. The main drawback they had in this system is that, or the main requirement they had in this multiple PLC concept is that they just required each and every PLC available in the system to be communicating and exchanging data between each other. So for making these PLCs work in coordination with each other, they just required these PLCs to be exchanging data between each other. So for that purpose, the same company named Modicon in 1979 introduced a protocol called Modbus protocol, which was derived from Modicon plus Fieldbus, that is Modbus. So after successful introduction and implementation of Modbus in the Modicon PLCs, all the PLCs installed inside the process automation plant were able to communicate and exchange data between each other, and now all the PLCs are syncing each other for working in a sequential manner. And after implementing this Modbus protocol, the Modicon company did not hold the rights for this protocol. They just left this protocol standard to be free standard in the automation industry, and later it became very famous that all the other manufacturers also used this Modbus protocol in their own devices. And finally, it was seemed to be very easily adoptable by many of the devices. So it was adopted by most of the devices other than PLCs. Example, all the sensors, drives also used Modbus protocol for providing data to the PLC and also fetching data from the PLC. So after implementation of this Modbus, the automation industry had a major breakthrough from the conventional method. So I hope you understood somewhat the history of this Modbus protocol in detail. See you in the next video.